The Newman Center in Mankato has been a beacon of hope for the students at Minnesota State University Mankato since 1921, continuing to impact hearts, souls, and minds. Practically, the Newman mission operates on two fronts: small groups and large groups. Our dedicated focus missionaries lead small group Bible studies. Last year alone, these studies reached 352 students, with 88 receiving one-on-one mentorship. But our mission goes beyond small groups. Our director of campus ministry, along with our team of peer ministers, organizes large group events, from weekly mass gatherings to a Catholic speaker series, building an attractive Catholic community on campus. These events draw anywhere from 100 to 150 students each week. These two sides of our ministry work hand in hand, forming a model that reaches a diverse group of students. The small group feeds into the large group, and the large group feeds back into the small group, creating a dynamic partnership. On a spiritual level, this journey goes beyond the programming that we offer here. It's about reaching hearts and students encountering their identity and purpose as beloved children of God. As we reflect on the Newman Center's mission and the countless lives transformed, let's journey alongside one student whose life has been deeply impacted by the mission.
So in high school, I didn't really think that Christianity was all that rational to believe in, you know. I went to the University of Wyoming, actually, for my freshman year of college, and I still had in the back of my mind, you know, do I want to take the faith more seriously? But I was also concerned with my freshman year of college. Out of the blue, COVID happened. And so what did I do? I read a lot of St. Thomas Aquinas, a lot of the early church fathers. I started to learn how to pray the rosary. And then I was like, all right, going back for sophomore year, I'm not going back to Wyoming. And so I went down to Minnesota State University, Mankato, and I wanted to become Catholic. And so where do you go? Well, I guess there's this thing called the Newman Center. And so I reckoned, okay, well, that's where I need to go if I want to become Catholic. I sent an email to figure out, hey, there's this RCIA process. I don't know what that's all about, but how do I get in that? And so started RCIA. Ultimately, I was received and confirmed into the church on Divine Mercy Sunday of 2021.
We weren't being spiritually fed, is kind of how I see it. Kind of was on him, and he started watching a lot of apologetics on YouTube. And then going to Mankato, that's kind of just where I saw him come alive, because he had other people like-minded in his area to talk to. And I really just saw that he found a good community and opportunities that really fostered his life and passion and fire for the Lord. There was retreats, there was vocations people that he had access to.
Discernment group.
Yeah, that's it, discernment group. And he didn't have access to that anywhere else, and he was in college. And so I'm just so grateful for those things. Because again, he just kept learning more, and he would, you know, I could always tell he had a good night because he'd call me, Mom. He would tell me about connections that he had learned about from, you know, Mary being in the new Eve and that kind of stuff. And it was just like, oh my word, just little things like that opened my mind too. Seeing Jake, for me, and I think you've said this in the past, seeing him, how he just kind of had this peaceful aura about him, because he didn't care about the world's issues. He knew there was something else. And so it just kind of
inspired me.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to be like that, like not have fears and just realize that God's got a plan for you and nothing to worry about.
I have a passion for teaching. And so when I, was coming into the faith, I loved to learn. And not only did I like to learn about the faith, but I like to share what I knew about the faith. And so, like 2 years after I was received and confirmed into the church, I started teaching RCIA. It was a very just small group. But then this past year, we had 25 students in the class. Taught my sister sort of individually doing RCIA. That was one of the best times of my life, coming into the church, right? First finding Christ. So it was joyful for me to be participating within it, because I got to sort of relive, what it means to fall in love with Christ over and over again.
when you're a convert, you learn the whys behind things, and you're making the choice to accept it. So I feel like it's such a blessing to have seen both sides, because I really do believe Protestants are great at evangelization. And I think that's something I bring to the table at the church that I work at. He really got the majority of, knowledge or whatever during the time he was going through the Newman Center. As a parent, you do as much as you can, but it's more relatable with people your own age or that kind of thing. And I think that is what a benefit of the Newman Center too was.